This photo, 1957. Jean Tierney, institutionalized, undergoing electric shock therapy. Look into her eyes, blank, distant, emptied of the brilliance they once held. Now another photo, 1944. She's 24, radiant, ethereal. The film Laura has just made her immortal. Hollywood calls her the most beautiful woman alive. So what happened? What force could shatter such perfection? The truth is far more haunting than anyone could imagine. Jean Tierney was born in Brooklyn in 1920, privileged, educated, a debutante who traded high society for Hollywood's golden lights. By 1944, she was a sensation. Laura catapulted her into legend, those eyes, that voice, the mystery that wrapped around her like perfume. She became the face of idealized beauty. Soon she married fashion designer Oleg Cassini, handsome, ambitious, a man whose clients were the elite of film and politics. By 1943, Jean was expecting their first child, overflowing with joy. Then came the war effort and the Hollywood canteen. The canteen was a sacred space for soldiers to meet their screen idols before shipping out. Jean went often, signing autographs, shaking hands, offering hope to boys about to face death. One evening, a young Marine approached her, eager, starstruck. She told Jean she had broken quarantine to meet her, even though she was sick with German measles. She just had to see Jean Tierney in person. Jean smiled, signed her autograph, shook her hand, and thought nothing more of it. 3 months later, Jean gave birth to her daughter Daria, but joy turned to horror. The baby was deaf, partially blind, severely developmentally impaired. Doctors diagnosed congenital rubella syndrome. Jean had contracted German measles during her pregnancy, somewhere, somehow. The damage was irreversible. Daria would never live a normal life, never speak, never truly recognize her mother. Jean's heart and mind began to fracture under the weight of guilt. Then, in 1946, at another Hollywood canteen event, fate twisted the knife. The same fan appeared again, smiling, proud, reminiscing about how she had escaped the infirmary while infected, all so she could meet Jean Tierney. She called it the highlight of her life. Jean realized in an instant, this was the woman who had unknowingly destroyed her child's future. That handshake had changed everything. Now look at the 1947 photo, Jean holding baby Daria. Her expression is haunting. She's cradling her child, but her eyes reveal unbearable sorrow. She's holding someone she loves desperately but can't reach. The guilt consumed her. She blamed herself for going to the canteen, for not knowing, for being a star too accessible. Depression flooded her life. Her marriage collapsed. Oleg Cassini took their other daughter, leaving Jean alone with her grief and a child she could not save. By 1958, she could no longer cope. She was committed to the Menninger Clinic in Kansas. Doctors tried every treatment available, including electroshock therapy, 27 sessions. The process shattered her memory. Whole years vanished, faces blurred. But one image stayed vivid, Daria's face and that smiling fan who had taken everything without meaning to. The therapy nearly killed her. She attempted suicide, but she lived, fragile, diminished, but alive. She was eventually released and tried to rebuild. In 1962, she appeared in Advise and Consent, proving she could still act, still function. But the light behind her eyes was gone. The confidence, the vitality, it had died years earlier at the Hollywood canteen. That single handshake had extinguished it forever. Jean lived until 1991, reaching 70. Daria remained institutionalized her entire life, never able to understand who her mother was, never uttering a word. Yet Jean never stopped visiting. Year after year, she sat by her daughter's side, holding her hand, talking to her, trying to bridge a distance that could never truly be crossed. Now, look at those two photos once more. The first, Jean Tierney at 24, breathtaking and invincible. The second, 13 years later, hollowed and haunted, her mind scarred by the electric shocks meant to heal her. Between them lies the tragedy of one touch, one careless moment that stole a child's future and a mother's sanity. Jean Tierney's life is a chilling reminder that fame can demand a price so cruel, so unseen, that even its brightest stars can never escape the darkness it leaves behind.